Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, we have a question from Logan Diaz, K3X, who says, "Great vid, man. How much time would you recommend for hoopers to dedicate to watching film each day? Appreciate it." This is a good question. I have a note card here. This video could go a whole bunch of different ways, so I'm going to try my best not to yap. But before I give you your answer, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. And there's a link down below in the pinned comment and the description of this video with access to my advanced training programs. If you would like to take the guesswork out of all of your training, and you would like me, a professional strength and conditioning coach, to set up your sets, your reps, your exercises, regressions, progressions, periodization, phases, all that, so that you become as athletic as possible, then go ahead, click that link, and tap into the programs. So let's get into it. How much would I recommend for hoopers to dedicate to watching film each day? Here's your very short answer. As much as possible. As much as possible. The more film that you watch, like seriously watch, not just watching film, but like watching film to actually like learn things and pinpoint different things to make your own game better as much as possible. Now I am going to talk about a few other things that might get in the way with that. First of all, skills training is going to be like, you got to be doing your skills training. You're going to have your practices and your games, obviously. You're going to be training. Hopefully, you're going to be training. You're going to be eating. You're going to be sleeping. You might have school or work or church or like prior obligations. So like any other extra time that you could find around that could be used if you're if you're obsessed as a basketball player, that could be used by watching film. So I did bring out these two books because I like to always recommend these. So if you want to gain mastery in anything, which basketball is something that you can gain mastery in, and film is a way to gain mastery or help yourself gain mastery in that skill, because as we all know, every tissue in the body has a certain capacity level. And when you overload the capacity of that tissue, you tend to get some pain and minor tweaks and injuries. So anytime, like there's only so much training and skills training and playing that you can do. You have to let your body rest and recover. And after you sleep and eat and, do your mobility, and like if you're obsessed, you're doing all this stuff. But then all the extra time could be film study and a few books that can help you master your skill more and just help you understand that concept in general. One book is Mastery by Robert Greene. I'll hold it up. I don't know why I just pointed to it. Mastery by Robert Greene. Deep Work, I highly recommend. Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. And then I couldn't find my other two books, probably laying around my house somewhere, but Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell is a good one. And The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle is really, really good. The Talent Code is an easy read. It's very easy to understand, and it will teach you how the best of the best of the best, the GOATs per se, master skills, how they become the best. But those books can always help. And then let's talk about personality type. This does play a big role because watching film as much as possible, it's very similar to me learning about strength and conditioning as much as possible. Like there's actually infinite things to learn. Now I care a ton about vertical jump. I care a ton about basketball. But strength and conditioning, there's so much to learn, and you have to be very careful that you're not just making film study like a box to check every day. Well, I got to wake up and I got to drink my water and I got to drink my protein shake and hit my 200 grams of protein. I got to make sure I pray and I got to make sure I meditate. Got to make sure I check the box and watch my film. Got to make sure I do my handle workout. Like daily habits are good. Like habits are great. But sometimes by just checking the box of everything, at least for me and my personality type, I'm more focused on just getting it done and checking the box than actually doing it well. So what I do for studying strength and conditioning is I only study strength and conditioning when I feel like studying strength and conditioning. And then when I do study it, I use the principles in deep work and I make it a really focused session. And then by doing that, each time that I go to study, I inherently enjoy it. Also, so there's a ton of things that you could be. This video, I can't go into all the things that you should be studying in your film study or should be looking out for, but a couple general ones are like teams that you're going to play. Like watch the film of those teams that you're going to play facing other teams. Watch what they do on defense. Watch like which players go right, which players go left, how you are going to play and defend those players, what you are going to do in certain scenarios in those games. Watch yourself in your own film, what you did right, what you did wrong. Watch other high-level college players and NBA players, and don't just watch the highlights. Watch the lowlights too. Like some things that could have been highlights, they did really well, but then they missed the shot, so it's not a highlight. Or and watch their lowlights as well, and pick out this is where he went wrong here. Because highlights, this is what he did good. But watch their lowlights. What did they do wrong? And then, watch your own film. What did you do right? What did you do wrong? Those are just a couple things. But one thing that I will say, it's very easy to say watch as much as possible. But like, it's easy to get burnt out, especially for someone like my personality type. I'm like all or nothing. I am an all or nothing. If I'm not going to do it all the way, then I'm not doing that shit at all. So, but that has led me to burn out a lot of the times. So you have to make sure that you are pulled to study film. You have to be pulled to do it. You can't just push your way to do it. There's a big difference between push and pull. Pushing your way means you're like forcing yourself to do it. You need discipline, which can come in handy a lot of the times. But what you really want to be is when you're obsessed with it, when you can be pulled to do it and you are inspired to go study film because you understand that studying film, you can pinpoint things that are going to help you make your game better. Like when I'm watching or when I'm studying, reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching a video, reading research articles on strength and conditioning and everything that encompasses, like when I learn something new that can help my athletes become better athletes, it's like I just struck gold. But yeah, and then also you have to understand, this is just a side note, a quick tip. You have to understand, like, if you're a morning person or a night person and where you have your most willpower and your most energy, and then stack your tasks up based on that. Or your film watching based on that. So for me, I have a ton of energy in the morning. I am a straight morning person. But at night, I've been working on my business all day. I've been recording videos. I've been training. I've been watching my son. I've been trying to put my son down for a nap, but he keeps crying and crying. It's like stress builds up. But at the end of the day, no matter what, I can watch college basketball. I can watch NBA basketball. It's still essentially film study. You're listening to the announcers. You're listening to, high-level basketball minds talk about things. You're watching the games, the NBA games, the college games, and it doesn't take much effort. So there's things like I am pulled to watch basketball on TV. It's essentially helping me become a better basketball coach, but at the same time, it doesn't take any willpower for me to do that. So I'm going to stack my hardest stuff. If you want to stack film study in the earlier part of the day and then leave at night to watch basketball, that's a great thing to do. Anyways, that was a lot of yapping, a lot of random tips and topics, and I try to give you as much value as possible, but your real answer is anytime that you're not playing or doing skills training or eating or sleeping or working out, you can be watching film. Replace all those other habits like video games and all the other shit that all the kids do with film study. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. And check out my programs if you want to take your athleticism, explosiveness, and vertical jump to the next level. But I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.